The storied French Foreign Legion began when the King of France, Louis Philippe, on March 9, 1831, formed it to aid the country's invasion of Algeria. The Legion's first recruits were French refugees from Algeria, out-of-work soldiers, and Swiss soldiers who had served a past Bourbon monarch. France's imperial ambitions ensured it a long future and a lot of work for the Legion. However, in the early days, they struggled with mismanagement and a lack of discipline. After loaning the Legion to the Spaniards to deal with a revolution there, the king then formed a whole new one from scratch, calling it the Nouvelle Legion, meaning the New Legion. This new legion became known for their valor in the war in Algeria, even producing a future General Marshal of France. Life in the Legion these days was brutal and short, and they were posted in scattered bases, which could be easily overwhelmed and taken by the natives. They were also used for backbreaking labor in the hot and unforgiving North African sun. However, things changed when a new commander arrived in the country by the name of Thomas Robert Bugeaud. He changed their tactics from holding small outposts to being highly mobile and forming up in columns. This new commander was a big fan of marching, for a saying came about in this time: the thighs of a buck, the heart of a lion, and the stomach of an ant. The Legion's new command knew that you had to approach foreign soldiers with finesse and appeal to their sense of honor, and not let xenophobia creep in. The Legion grew into two regiments, the first composing of men from Northern Europe, and the second being those from the Mediterranean. As the 1840s went on, they developed their own culture and unit identity, unique from the regular French army. The Legion began to draw the majority of its recruits from the criminal element, who required ultra-strict training methods, which hence established itself as an elite military formation. It became known that if the French were fighting somewhere and the Legion was there, then victory was guaranteed. They gained fame not only with their huge successes in Algeria, but also in the Crimean War of 1853 to 1856, when they bravely charged Russians' lines. The Legion was on the verge of being disbanded when France intervened in Mexico. They gained fame in an Alamo battle-type scenario when a company of the Legion under a Captain Jean d'Anjou put up a heroic defense of a walled hacienda near the village of Cameron against Mexican rebels. D'Anjou had a wooden hand, and it was recovered by the French from Mexico decades later, and it became a revered relic of the Legion. The First World War was not kind to the Legion, for their existing corps of veterans from France's colonial wars did not mix well with the new recruits, who were largely Republican ideologues and Jews fleeing Russian pogroms. The Legion saw combat in France on the front with the Germans, and in Turkey at Gallipoli. The remainder stayed in North Africa, holding France's colonies. The interwar years saw the Legion grow to some 30,000 men. This was due to the Great Depression. World War II saw the Legion split in its loyalties, and a very mixed bag of troops consisting mainly of Spanish Republicans and Central European Jews. The Legion mainly fought each other over possession of France's colonial possessions in North Africa and the Middle East. Never before had this happened. Legion fighting Legion, one loyal to Charles de Gaulle and the other to the Vichy government. Today, the Legion continues to serve France in its interests in Southeast Asia and Africa.